Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Journalism 606, Media Management and Entrepreneurship. This is Module 8, and we're going to be talking about management styles and actually kind of wrapping up with an overview of management styles. This is going to be a very short lecture and video, but we're going to cover some important things, including managers like these awesome people right here. We're not micromanaging you, just tell us everything that you do in a day, how many times you do them, and how long it takes. Kind of almost the scientific management and what you might call the Theory X manager that we'll talk about in just a moment. So the title of today's show or lecture, is Theory X, Theory Y, and a few others that you can try. I guess I was kind of inspired by Dr. Seuss. There. So McGregor, in his book from 1960, The Human Side of Enterprise, introduced us to the concepts of the Theory X and the Theory Y manager. So the Theory X manager is a manager that is just a delightful soul. The Theory X manager assumes that work is innately unpleasant. They assume that people desire to avoid work at all costs. They believe in a very high level of direction and oversight. They micromanage without apology. They do not believe in the best in people. They do not believe in trust, of course. They feel that employees need direction. They need oversight. They dislike responsibility and that they need to be kept in line. So they manage then performance by exerting a very high level of control as well as threats of punishment or sanctions. The Theory Y manager is the manager that McGregor endorsed. The Theory Y manager assumes that engagement and effortful behavior is, in fact, human nature. Even while at play, the Theory Y manager observed that humans actually naturally tend to work hard, even at their play. People tend to seek out responsibility, not avoid it. The Theory Y manager can motivate workers by allowing them to find more meaningful and efficient solutions in their work. They believe that people have untapped creative and intellectual potential to help their organization. And again, this is the management style that McGregor endorsed in his book. Moving on to strength-based management. So Donald Clifton, who was CEO of Gallup Research, stressed the vast potential of employees. Clifton emphasized that managers need to identify, cultivate, and maximize employees' existing strengths, the strengths that they bring to the job with them. A strength is defined as a near flawless ability to perform on a certain task. So it's something that employees naturally do if they have that strength, and they do the task very, very well. Developing an existing strength, again, a strength that an employee brings into the job with them, is way easier than building up such attributes from ground zero or from scratch. So the challenge for strength-based management and strength-based managers is that the managers must realize each person has unique talents. And the game there is discovering those talents and putting them to use, and that's crucial for the organization and also is crucial to develop an employee's sense of fulfillment at work and therefore the motivation. This, as you might notice, is certainly a dominant theme in the book, First Break All the Rules, the one that you're reading now. Strength-based management approaches work. They bring results, and for that matter, profits. Clifton and Carter in 2003 studied 65 organizations. To no surprise, only 4 of them, very few of them, took a strength-based management approach. But those 4 organizations outperformed the 61 others. The 4 organizations that did strength-based management showed greater productivity at about $1,000 per employee. In real time, in real money, this translates to $5.4 million per company. I'll also point you to ample data that was cited in the first Break All the Rules readings. Just to give you a side note and a personal bias of mine, I pay great attention to and put high credence in empirically based best practices. These again are best practices in business or in education or wherever you're working. These are best practices that are informed by research. Again, maybe in a way I'm sharing this with Frederick Winslow Taylor and his credence and his belief in the scientific approach. Leaning on research tends to be better than leaning on common sense or rules of thumb or these other kind of ad hoc shoot from the hip practices that many managers and many owners and many companies do. Just putting that out there. So then I put together a chart that outlines the different management approaches that we have talked about this semester, the theorists who have develop those approaches, the manager's mission for those approaches, the problem-solving strategies, and the manager's focus, at least when stuff is going well. So we will start with a quick overview of scientific management. That is also called Taylorism because it was theorized by Frederick Winslow Taylor. So this manager's mission is to find the one way to do the job and manage it with very high top-down direction. The manager's problem-solving strategy is to simply and very robustly and rigorously analyze the task yourself. You do this with scientific rigor. You don't do this with consultation. You don't, if you're a Taylorism or Tayloristic manager, you don't necessarily care what the employees think. You don't have a lot of respect or trust for them. Very similar, again, to the Theory X manager. The manager's focus, when things go well, is to keep the people working like a machine. Next is the Japanese style of management. We often call that the Deming approach or Deming approaches, and that was theorized by W. Edwards Deming. This is a style that focuses on the future. This is a management style that seeks innovation and high quality and constant improvement throughout every part of the management process. This manager forges strong relationships with people in all departments and in all aspects of the organization. The problem-solving strategy for the Deming approach is to simply take risks, to innovate, to think about the future, to try new things. And then the manager's focus is, of course, to keep looking to the future, look for potential, look for innovations, constantly improve, and identify risks and challenges. The Theory X manager and the Theory Y manager, both theorized by McGregor, the Theory X manager controls employees. They enforce the rules and they make sure that everyone is working hard to keep the ship afloat. The problem-solving strategy for Theory X is to simply punish employees who fail. The focus when things are going well is to reward employees who succeed and don't rock the boat. The Theory Y manager, also theorized by McGregor, challenges employees with responsibility. He or she allows them to apply their talents and abilities to their work. They may look to employees for input. They harness their wisdom when they're trying to solve problems and try to get the employees' insights in how to fix things at work. The manager's focus, at least when things are going well, is to talk to employees about their insights, to seek input into success and what to do next. Last is strength-based management practices as theorized by Clifton and as described in the book First Break All the Rules. The manager's mission for strength-based approaches is to identify employees' strengths and match employees with jobs that will maximize these strengths and take advantage of these strengths that are already there when the employees walk in the door. The manager's problem-solving strategy is to re-examine the degree of fit between the employee's strengths and the assigned tasks for that employee. The manager's focus is to continue to build on the employee's strengths and not to focus on what isn't there in that employee. In conclusion then, managers are in a position of crucial power to an organization. They have decision-making responsibilities on personnel, they direct activities, they have a role in quality control, they align employees to the goals of the organization. They have a profound influence on how employees feel and perform at work. And all of these aspects drive results and drive impact on the organization's success. So that's all for me. I'm going to hit the road and head to a conference. I'll be answering emails as best as I can and responding. I'll even be talking to a few of you on Skype in the next couple of days during my trip and during my traveling and while I'm at the conference. So thanks for listening, and I'll see you online.